baked, an Alaskan, so baked, an Alaskan.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Baked Alaskan. How are you today? I am pretty good. I have a sore back, but I've managed my pain this morning, and I'm feeling pretty good. I hope you are as well. It's MS Monday, and I wanted to talk about a couple of things today, but the theme, I think, is just overall health and healthy choices. There's a few things that I've started doing because I found out my kidneys were essentially going to fail if I continued the way I was going. Well, if I wasn't taking off lithium for sure, but I also wasn't doing them any favors by drinking the amount of diet soda I was drinking. So I think I mentioned this in another episode, I've stopped drinking diet soda for the most part. Sometimes I'll have one with a meal, like if I'm out, but that's kind of like a treat. And the last time I did that, it wasn't really that great, like and believe me, it was hard the first week, like hard. Instead, though, I've been drinking cucumber lemon water. And I wanted to talk about that first, and how if you have trouble drinking water because it's bland or boring or whatever, try doing infused waters. That's what I tried, and I tried some fruit ones, and I didn't really, I felt like I was wasting the fruit, to be honest. I would much rather eat it than put it and make some soggy water, you know what I mean? Or get like waterlogged fruit at the end of it, and all the flavors in the water, but even the water is all bland still. So, this is a long, drawn-out story for no reason. But I've since moved on to fruit teas. I got a Celestial Seasoning fruit tea, herbal tea pack, which is like a sampler. And I believe it has 4 different types, maybe 5 different types of teas in it. And I've been using those as iced tea with no sugar in them. And I love them. So I went to the store the other day and I bought like 5 boxes. I bought every box they had just in case they didn't carry it anymore, because our grocery store is notorious for doing that. So anyways, fruit teas are a great alternative to soda, whether you drink sugar soda or diet soda. You can always make a simple syrup and sweeten your fruit tea slightly if it's not. I find the flavor for me, though, is enough. But I'm somebody that waters down my orange juice. I water down my grape juice. I water down my cranberry juice. I pretty much water down everything because it's too much flavor. Like I have, and I've talked about this before, but I have like super tasters from being a chef. And I get really offended by strong flavors. So, that's why I water everything down. That, and I drink a lot, so it stretches it for me, so it's not quite as expensive. The only thing that I've been drinking lately that I haven't watered down is that Gold Peak green iced tea with sweetened by sugarcane. Man, that stuff is delicious. And it's so very lightly sweetened. It's just exactly how I like it. And it's only like 70 calories a portion, so that's pretty amazing too when you consider most sodas are 150. So So we talked about fruit teas, we talked about cucumber water, but we didn't talk about the benefits of cucumber water. So I want to read you a few benefits of cucumber water, and then we'll talk about how to make it if you want to make it. So here's 7 ways cucumber water benefits your body. It keeps you hydrated. It helps with weight loss. It delivers antioxidants. It may help prevent cancer. Everything they say may help prevent cancer, right? We never know. It lowers your blood pressure. It supports healthy skin. And it boosts bone health. These are all really big issues for me. Cancer runs in my family. I don't have blood pressure issues, thank goodness. And I have fairly healthy skin, so I'm lucky there. But weight loss, antioxidants, you can always, use. And bone health is a big one for me because I don't get as much exercise as I used to, so there's not as much stress on my body, and therefore I don't think it's, I don't know. It's just me, but I think that if you don't use it, your bones will get kind of flimsy, right? Maybe. I don't know. It's all about calcium, and I know there's a big thing with vitamin D. It's very confusing. It's all very confusing. But it tastes really good. I've made a variation with little cilantro in it. That was beautiful. If you like cilantro, you would probably enjoy that. If you don't like cilantro, you would definitely hate it. But it's real simple. I take a big mason jar, about that big. I wonder if I have one around here. I don't. That's a little one back there. So you take a big mason jar, and I take an English cucumber, that's what I prefer, and wash it. I cut usually 1/2 to 3/4 of the cucumber in thin slices, because the more slices you have and the thinner slices that you have, the more the actual fruit will macerate into your water. So slice it as thin as you can, and then put it in the jar or the pitcher. If you have a pitcher, that's even better. I just have jars. And you could even do this on a smaller scale. If you have little jars, you can do individual portions and keep them in the fridge, and that's awesome too. But getting back to the recipe. God, I'm everywhere today. And then you take most of a lemon or a whole lemon, slice that as thin as you can, put that in there, and fill it with water. Put it in the fridge till it's cold. Boom. It's usually about 4 hours that you get maximum deliciousness and coldness. But you can macerate up to 12 hours. They don't recommend going more than 24 because it can get kind of bitter with the lemon rind. And I have done it where I've refilled it with water and made a second batch so as not to waste the fruit when it looked like it was still viable. So when it gets soggy looking, get rid of it. Like I've only done that once, so most of the other times it looked like it was done. So I think I had just been really thirsty and drank that one fast, so I flipped it. But when you think about cost, soda is really expensive. And even if you were getting it like I was at the convenience store in the fountain drinks for really cheap, it's still cheaper to make the cucumber water, because like for me, it costs the same amount for a cucumber and the water's free, as it does, and the lemon, as it does for a couple of sodas. So actually it costs less for a cucumber and a lemon than a couple of sodas. And I feel a lot better, and I drink a lot more. And I drank a lot of water before, so I have to be careful with that too, because I don't want to go too crazy, because when your kidneys are affected, you don't want to over process things, right? So those are 2 things I've done for my kidneys. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was this nifty gadget that I have. I know I told you last year when I got my Ellie Grid, my pill box, and that was a gadget that I got with my tax return. This is a VivoFit 3 that I got. It's a Garmin. I got it with my Medic Alert. So I think I got a discount on it, but it was about $130, which is a lot, I know. And I know a lot of you don't have that to spend, and I don't really either, but I used, like I said, every year I treat myself to something, and this was the something, and it's good. It's for my health. So the bonus about this VivoFit thing is it tracks my movement, my steps. Like if I go for a walk, I just turn it on and it times me. It tells me my pace when I'm done. It will even do that for other exercises. It tells me how many calories I burn in a day based on what I'm doing. It tells me my sleep, which is the main reason I got it, if you want to be honest. Right here is the sleep. I really needed to know what was going on with my sleep. Because I'm up and I'm down and I'm up and I'm down, and well, I found out that has to do with my kidneys. So yeah, this all kind of ties together now. But I've been following my sleep a lot, and I've only ever met the 8 hours once. But it's been quite interesting to see the different ways I do get my sleep in the evening time. I'll sleep a little bit, I'll wake up, I'll sleep a little bit. And I don't get a lot of deep sleep. But I didn't know any of this until I got this. And it's been really cool. It's been motivating. It beeps when I've been on my ass for more than an hour. It'll tell me, hey, get up and move around. And it doesn't shut up about it. Like every 15 minutes after that, it'll go beep. So I was watching Ralph Smart yesterday, Infinite Waters, Diving Deep. I love that guy. He's so wise. If you don't watch him, check him out. It's Infinite Waters on YouTube, and then Diving Deep in parentheses. He talked about the 7-day vegan challenge yesterday and some things to do for your health, and it was interesting because there was a lot of tie-in to what I wanted to talk about today. So I'd encourage you to mosey on over there and hear what he has to say. Not that I'm encouraging anybody to go vegan, but just what he has to say about food in general is very powerful and important. And it's not about the animals at all. It's about your body and your health. And I'm not a vegan. I was never a vegan. I used to be a vegetarian. But for reasons, my health mostly, I wasn't getting enough of the right kind of vegetables and stuff because I wasn't, I didn't want to eat in general. My medication that I was on was making me very low appetite and all of that, so I would only eat what I want, what excited me, what felt like I wanted to eat. And it wasn't like I was eating junk food. I was eating healthy shit, but just the same stuff, and I wasn't getting the whole food groups. And so I ended up going back to a non-vegetarian diet with a lot of vegetarian options in it, because that's how I've cooked for so long. So, well, I've really talked for a long time today, folks. I hope you've hung in there. And I hope it's been interesting, at least a little bit. If you have any questions, if you want to know more about fruit teas or ideas for vegetable waters or fruit waters, let me know. I have a ton of them. I would be more than happy to share with you. And it's been really good for me. I feel like the cleanse is working. I feel healthier. I've cut my sugar intake down considerably. I take less sugar in my morning coffee. I'm not eating a lot of sugar. Everything that I eat that has sugar in it is kind of turning me off. So these are all really good signs for me. And I hope that if anybody else is out there struggling like I have been with your weight or your health, that these tips will help you a little bit. And let me know if you try anything that I talked about today, or you have tried anything that I talked about today, or do it regularly anyways. I'd love to hear from you and hear your experiences. So, alright, that's all for me today. Take care of yourselves out there, and be well.